hope Josh McCown follows.
Hail the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. NFL free agency is in full effect, and it's been really crazy to see some of the movement that's been going on. Now, let's just be honest for a second. The Eagles had a great signing in Javon Hargrave last night. I love that signing. But they've been pretty quiet. As of right now, they have been quiet, especially when you look at guys like DeAndre Hopkins off the board. That is the one thing that still is irking me today. That trade for the Eagles not even to be in on that, that kills me because that was such a wasted opportunity. When you have a chance to get a guy like a DeAndre Hopkins, you have to do it, man. You have to do it, in my opinion. Byron Jones goes to Miami. Personally, I'm glad I didn't want him, but it does bother me if you're going to tell me that was the Eagles' prime target and they lost out. Now, I'm glad they didn't pay him, but I don't like losing out, okay? James Bradbury goes to the Giants. That was the guy I would have targeted. I would have targeted James Bradbury, but he's there, and just pretty much it's been a roller coaster. Guys are going left and right, and then you look at Stephon Diggs, right? Stephon Diggs is going to get traded. You think perfect fit with the Eagles. Guess what? He goes to Buffalo, and I got to tell you, Buffalo gave up way too much for Stephon Diggs. I wouldn't have given up one first-round pick, let alone a first-round pick and like 3 other picks. There's no way. I would have given a mid-round pick, like maybe a second-round pick for Stephon Diggs. I ain't going above that. No question about it, you know? So we got to see what the Eagles have planned for today. There's still some interesting things that we'll get into in a minute. But they did make a move. As small as it is, they did make a move. They brought back quarterback Nate Sudfeld for one more year. He signed a $2 million contract, I think $500,000 guaranteed, and then I think he can earn like $3 million in incentives. So they bring back Nate Sudfeld. I'm okay with this. He's been in the system since 2017. So he knows the system. He knows what Doug likes to do, and I thought he was okay in preseason until he broke his wrist. So I have no problem whatsoever bringing Nate Sudfeld back to the Eagles for a year. What I'd like to see them do is bring back Josh McCown also. I'd like to see him back with this team. He can be the third string quarterback. I don't care. I like his coaching. I like how he helps Carson, and I think he was a great guy in the locker room. So I hope Josh McCown comes back as our third quarterback, but don't be surprised if the Eagles go out and get another quarterback that, maybe Nate Sudfeld is going to be their third string quarterback. Maybe he's not a lock to even be the backup. Don't be surprised if the Eagles bring in another quarterback. But I'm okay with this move. To me, what I want to know is what comes next. What comes next for the Eagles? What's that big, defining off-season move that we're going to say, okay, this team has turned a corner. Here we go. This is what we're waiting for, There's a lot of things going on. Oh, by the way, Tom Brady is done with the Patriots. It's over. It's over. I can't see him in another uniform. It's going to be very, very weird. If it's Tampa, if it's the Chargers, whoever it is, it's going to be weird. And you know who I think should go to New England? Because it would drive the Folesian society so pissed. Is Nick Foles. That would, Nitro would have a nervous breakdown if the Patriots signed or traded for Nick Foles. Oh God, that would be hilarious. I hope it happens. I really do, but I don't think it will. But gosh, Brady's gone. That is hard. That is going to be very odd. It's going to be to me the equivalent of Joe Montana going to the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of you guys don't remember that, but when he went from the 49ers to the Chiefs, it just never looked right to me. You know, it's like Favre going to the Jets and then Minnesota. It just doesn't look right to you. So it's going to be weird, but it is what it is, you know. And for the Eagles, I'm waiting to see what they do next. I really am. I don't know what their plan is. I mean, maybe they go for like a Desmond Trufant at corner. I would be okay with that. But, you know, at this point, I think if it's me, I think I would go ahead and I would try to trade for Darius Slay. I think you bring in Darius Slay. I know he's older and I know the Eagles want to get younger. But at this point, man, who else are you going to get? I think he would be a good addition to the Eagles, at least for a few years, okay? I would like to see them get him. Now, you're going to have to trade for him. I don't know what the Detroit Lions are looking for, maybe a second-round pick. I might consider it. It would depend. You also have to work a new contract out with him, so he's going to wind up getting the Bradbury, Byron Jones money, which is a lot of money. But I mean, I don't know what you do at this point, unless you want to go for like a Trey Wayans. Like I said, Desmond Trufant would make some sense because of his connection to Manuel, our defensive back coach. So you could do that. Another interesting possibility of a trade would be Anthony Harris of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, would the Vikings want to trade with the Eagles? I think so. As long as it's not in the division, I have no problem trading within the conference. Apparently, from what we're hearing today, the Vikings have said that yes, they franchised Anthony Harris, but they're willing to trade him for mid to late round picks. If you could get him for a mid to late round pick and sign him to a long-term extension, I'm okay with that. I think that would be a good trade too. Actually, sitting here talking about it and talking it out, I almost prefer to do that than trade for Darius Slay. Like, get Desmond Trufant and then go ahead and trade for an Anthony Harris or somebody like that. But he's definitely on the block, and we'll have to see what happens. Another name that is popping up today as possible trade candidate for the Philadelphia Eagles is Brandon Cooks, the wide receiver from the Rams. Now, he was with New Orleans, traded for a first to New England. New England had 1 year, traded for a first to the Rams. He's been there a few years. He had an off year last year. He's still only 26 years old. I was shocked. I thought he was at least 28. But he's still 26 years old, still has speed, and he probably could be had for like a 4th round pick, I would guess, something like that. So it wouldn't be that expensive. So keep your eye on that, because that's something the Eagles may want to do if they don't go out and get Brashad Perryman, who I think they should be jumping on. They should be jumping on Brashad Perryman, in my opinion. But keep an eye on that. It's going to be very interesting, because knowing Howie Roseman, most likely the thing we're not talking about, the guy we're not talking about, is the guy he's focusing on. That's how he usually works. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, one other trade I want to talk. Now, this pertains to the draft, but there was an article in Bleeding Green Nation. I'll put the link in the description. And they were saying that the Eagles might have found their trade partner with the San Francisco 49ers. Remember, 49ers, they trade Buckner to the Colts for the 13th pick overall. Blockbuster trade. And people think because the Niners really don't have that many picks that they would like to trade back, gain some extra picks. That would make them a perfect trade partner for the Eagles. At 13, you're going to land Judy, Ruggs, or Lamb. You're going to land one of those guys. Okay? I would be all for this. However, I got to say, I am concerned that the Niners would take a wide receiver. I mean, they're going to lose Emmanuel Sanders. They may go ahead and take a receiver. Now, they may not want Ruggs because they got Samuel, so maybe they're looking for Judy or Lamb or something like that. But, there's a link, I'll put the link in the description. You can read it yourself. Possibility that the Niners could be a team the Eagles trade with. They don't have a lot of picks, so they may want to trade back. They do have two firsts, but I don't think they have seconds, thirds, fourths, so they may want to add picks. So maybe the perfect scenario for the Eagles when it comes to trading up, because that's what I'm doing this offseason in the draft. So these are some of the things going on. We're going to watch and see what's happening today. I would like to do a live stream. Actually, this is turning into a pretty busy day for me. I got a lot of things to take care of, stuff that I got to get done today. So if I have time, I will definitely do it. I will definitely have another video if anything breaks. Otherwise, I'll be coming on streaming, and it'll be either today or tomorrow, or both, just depending upon how everything goes. So, with that said, let me know what you think in the comment section. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.